naked shamanism. Welcome to
Withinsightsradio.
Right.
Here we are.
Iggy Garcia. I will take you on a journey across the universe.
And I think I broke my thing.
Shamanism, metaphysical, and holistic.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Iggy here.
Enjoy the show.
With you here today. My hair is just freaking out, doing its own thing. Just wanted to say hi to everybody, see how everybody's doing. I just kind of here in my hood, just hanging out, and just wanted to talk to you guys and see how everybody's doing. Today has been a really good day. I'm pretty happy today, pretty excited. You know, the sun is shining, being grateful for the little things. It's been a hard 6 months, you know, and you get to the point where you're kind of like, do I really want to be stuck in that energy? I had to be stuck in that energy for a little bit, but now I'm moving out of it, moving into a better place, understanding my role in my community, understanding the role in different aspects of my life. So here I am. And Spirit just kind of said, hey, you know, you need to get outside today. You really need to go out and just kind of do things. And so I went out. And I went and I hung out at the coffee shop here in Columbus. I had a nice conversation with a good friend who I just met. She's a pretty cool lady. And she's doing her thing. And I do my thing. And then just kind of put the word out and see if anybody else wanted to hang out. But it's just been nice. And I went to the store. And I got some more beads so I can keep beading and making some more things. I make these beads and I'm going to have all kinds of cool designs and stuff I'm putting together. So I've been doing pretty good today. And, you know, the sun does help. It does bring a little bit of sunshine to our life. So, because God knows it's been raining a lot. And I have nothing against the rain. The rain has its purpose, has its thing. But I'm just here to say, you know, all good in Iggyville. Everything's good here and doing all right. Having a good time, enjoying myself. Got my big drum in the back. Yesterday, I got to do a presentation with Ohio Health. I got to speak to about 90 people or so, plus people who are the ethics and types of people who work in those types of groups for Ohio Health. And I got to present to them a short, really quick drum circle. I got to, hey Mauro, how are you, Uncle Mauro? Good to see you. Juanita, how are you? Good to see you. So I got to share with them the medicine I do, the work I do, and it was just so loud. It was everybody talking, and it was just, you know, you just kind of like, it's really loud when people are in a room, in that size room. And then I don't know why I said that, but anyhow, I just thought I had mentioned that. But anyhow, I got to present a really brief, short 20-minute introduction about what we do in the grief drumming program with Co-Backer House at Ohio Health. Because it's one of the biggest things that I do in my drumming medicine that I do around here in Ohio. So I got to share, and I was thinking, how was I going to captivate the group? How was I going to captivate this group of people who are in this kind of work, and they have their own opinions and their own minds about things? So what I did is I did a monologue of emotions. I came out and I wanted to catch them off guard, and I wanted to catch them and grab them, because I wanted them to see how valuable is the work that Sarah and I do, and how important it is, and how, you know, what that emotion and what that feeling is for people when they're coming to these events, and what they're feeling, what they're expressing, because we take it so serious. And, you know, and working with the bereavement counselors and working with their program for about 6 years, it's been a powerful journey for myself, because I also, at the same token, hey Rosa, how are you? At the same token, I used to be on the other fence, on the other side of the fence, where I was, you know, facilitating, and I was present for the holding space for people who have had loss. And then one day my mom passed away, my dad passed away, and then I am on the other side. And all the folks there, when they found out that I lost my mom and I lost my dad over time, they held space, very powerful space for me. They helped me go through the process of what I was going through, because it was so hard. It was difficult, and I was really grateful that setting that foundation and setting that particular situation for myself personally helped me when I was going through the grieving process. And I'm still going through the grieving process because I lost my pops. And so I pretty much showed them all the emotions that people would run through. I hate this place. You know, why am I here? Why did you die? Blah, blah, blah. And it just went on. You know, just use your imagination when I was taking on all these personas of what people will go through. and I was, very passionate about it. And then I explained to them, this is what people are doing when they're sitting there in these chairs and they're wondering why they're here, wondering if that'll help them. And so I found it to be very relaxing, very soothing, and very enlightening too for me. And some people had to get up and leave because it was just so powerful the way it came across. I guess that's the only thing I can think. And then we went into the drumming. Explaining what it does and what it meant. And the heartbeat in our chest is our first drum. Explaining to everybody that all our drums start here in our chest. And so that was really powerful for them to understand that, that we are drummers. We carry our drum with us all the time. We're always in the heartbeat. And so it was a really magical moment. It was really magical to share that with everybody. And so we continued, and then we did a powwow session with the mother drum, the council drum here. We powwowed together. Boom, boom, boom. We danced. We sang Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that's where it went. Sometimes you have to go where spirit takes you. You can't dictate what happens. You can only hold space and be the hollow bone for everybody who's there. Your job as a facilitator is to be present for yourself, be present for everybody there, and then listen to what people are saying, listen to what spirit is saying. And when I talk about spirit, I'm talking about the universe, the great spirit, the big kahuna, the one who created everything. And spirit talks to everybody. When we have the ears and the eyes and the mouths and everything to listen, to speak, to see, and to feel, and to and take inside of us what the universe is giving us, it's there. So many of us block things off because we're so emotionally triggered by events, people, situations, and things in our lives. And granted, that serves a purpose for a short time, but we also have to move from these spaces sometimes because they can really hold us back, and they can really do some really serious harm to us if we're not careful. So basically the drum circle was a success. We did a really good job. We shared what we had to share. We talked about what we had to talk about. And one lady was ecstatic. She wanted to go out and buy a drum. Like, she wanted to leave right there and go buy a drum. And I thought it was pretty cool. And like I told Sarah, if one person gets it, then we've done our job. I've done my job. You've done your job. That means that person understands how valuable it is to be in rhythm with the universe, be in rhythm with yourself, be in harmony. Because so many of us struggle to be in harmony with the things around us because we think that we have to have balance. Balance comes when we work through harmony. We can't have balance. There really is no such thing as balance. There's nothing where there's no scale of life. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're sad. There's never really a balance where we're like doing this. We're kind of teeter-tottering most of the time. Our job as humans, I believe, and this is just my belief, is that we should find the harmony within things around us, the people around us, our lives, and the things that happen to us, because that's where we belong in the orchestra. We are the cymbal players, the drum players, the flute players. We are the lovers, the givers, the caretakers, and we have to find the harmony and the rhythm within all that. When we struggle to find balance and we're trying to find that equilibrium to keep us in a certain place, it doesn't work. Everybody says, well, I'm just got to get myself in balance and this and that. That comes when you're in harmony with the things that inside your heart, your spirit, and your soul. When the harmonious rhythms of your spirit are in alignment with the things around you, then you can find true balance, if that's what you're looking for. I don't subscribe to the theory of balance because I'm out of balance, I'm in balance, because it doesn't truly, really, it's an illusion to think that you're in balance or out of balance. You're just having feelings and emotions. Those are things that are true. Sometimes a lot of our old thinking, our own paradigms really affect the way we do and how we act. When a person is sick, do we say yes for them to do all the things, or do we say no to them? For many of us, we feel sorry for them, and for many people, we have pity for them. Most people just want empathy and just want you to acknowledge that they're good and they're human. Encourage people. Like, if someone's not well, encourage them to do better. Encourage them to explore and to do things. When I was grieving and I was going through my process, people, the people that I reached out to encouraged me to do better and to do well, to cry, to scream, to yell, to laugh. Whatever I needed to do, I did it. And I'm still going to do that. I'm still going to go through that. And we all will go through that. Because that's part of life. That's part of our destiny, is to experience loss. Also part of our destiny is how long do we experience the loss? Do we learn from the loss? Does the loss make us better? Do we become stronger? You know, for example, I'm an orphan, right? But I've been handed a very valuable gift, a very magical gift from my ancestors, my mom and dad. Now that they're not with me per se physically, they're with me spiritually, emotionally, teachings and learnings, things that are valuable to me. Not all the things that they taught me I indoctrinate into my life because it doesn't resonate with me. But the things that do, I do indoctrinate, and I do push that forward into the future, and I share that with people. And there are things that our parents didn't get right, and we're not in alignment with that, and that's okay. And that's not a big problem. But so many of us get stuck in our stories. And you know what? I've been getting stuck in my story, and it's time for me to rewrite my story. It's time to rewrite the story about where I would like to be, where you would like to be. How do we rewrite that? We can rewrite it any way we want. Don't fall victim to that your story is who you are, because that's not who you are. That's not who I am. My story's not me. My story is just a part of me, what happened, what I experienced in that moment back there. I get to experience, and you get to experience anything you would like right now. Anything that you would possibly want to move into. You make that choice. One of the biggest gifts given to us is free will, the choice to make decisions for ourselves. You know, we don't randomly walk down the street and just eat grass or hunt and then have no feelings or emotions. We're not soulless. We have souls. We have spirits inside of us. We have feelings, emotions, and we have the right to make decisions that will empower us. We also have the right to make decisions that will disempower us, and we do it. We do both all the time. We do things that just don't align with our core belief system, but sometimes we compromise because we don't want to hurt somebody, or we don't want somebody to feel a certain way. We have to move from those old paradigms. We have to move into a place of empowerment for ourselves. All healing is self-healing. Healing the spirit and the soul that's inside of myself, inside of you, is number one priority. How is it possible that a person who's, found to have riddled with cancer, and all of a sudden, a week later, they choose to live and they move and then they go forward and then they heal? But at the same token, sometimes people pass away because that's life. I don't have the answer to that. I don't know why that happens, but it does happen a lot. Is it a miracle? Is that a miraculous moment? Is that something that we decide, or is that just something in our cards? We don't know truly the answer to that. But if we truly believe that it's a miracle, then it is a miracle. So many of us, we live life wondering, or ready, I want to get ready and do it, and it never happens. And I really am a firm believer that you got to kind of step out, even if it's a little by little. Sometimes people who jump out and they just dive in and they think, well, I'm going to just do it, freak it, fuck it, sometimes I find they have a hard time because they stepped out. Yeah, great for them, but they probably didn't think it through. And they're probably going, wow, man, I can't go back now because my pride's in the way. You can't do that. Step by step, little by little. Maybe that's who you are, and maybe you're the person who just goes, I'm gonna just jump off this train. I've had enough of this train. Ask yourself, what's making you sick? Yourself? The people around you are a combination of that? So many of us don't realize that the environments that we create for ourselves, or have been created for us, are sometimes the things that make us ill and make us sick. Okay? And make us feel a certain way. So sometimes we have to do self-discovery. We have to realize and kind of examine who we are, where we're at, why our lives are going a certain way. And I'm still doing that. I'm going to do that until the rest of my life, until the rest of my days. I'm going to be examining, and re-examining what happens in my life. I don't have all the answers. No one has all the answers. But we try to do the best we can in the moments that are given to us. So today, I chose to have a great freaking day. And today, it didn't matter if someone cut me off. It didn't matter if someone spit on me. It didn't matter nothing, because that wasn't going to be in my cards. And none of that happened, of course. But I made sure that today I chose to feel and be part of everything. And every cloud I looked at, every car that passed in front of me, every blade of grass that blew in the wind, I acknowledge it today. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to refine and redefine myself, as I figured that would happen. That would be part of my journey, to rediscover pieces and parts of me that I had let go and that I have surrendered to other people. I'll be honest, it's very easy to become codependent of someone else. I'm pretty sure I was probably codependent to some degree to my mom and my dad, and vice versa. Now that they're not there, I have to find the empowerment in myself. And it's been a really cool journey, and it's been a really cool thing. And when someone gives you the freedom to step away and to see life in a different way, you start to open up, your eyes start to see things differently. And you're going, wow, it's about me. This is really cool. Now I can see things a little bit clearer. Thank you, I appreciate that. I didn't see it that way. And you know what? You may return, you may not return to the relationships that you've stepped away from. You may find it that it doesn't serve you and that it was serving you at that moment. Infinite love and gratitude, right, Juanita? We have to be grateful. I'm grateful for the things, the little things and the big things, all of it. But I'm pretty excited. I just wanted to share with you guys today that I was having a good day. And I'm sure I've shared that I've had crappy days too, but I have more good days than crappy days. Trust me. I kind of have that attitude anymore in my life, even when I was going through the stuff that I was going through. And I appreciate you guys being patient with me and understanding that sometimes I don't feel well, and sometimes I post some weird things. But that's just who I am. But I love you guys. Thank you very much. Be well. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Misty, you can play back the replay because I'm about to check out here. Anyhow, you guys, peace and love, and just honor yourself, love yourself, be well to yourself, because the only thing you really truly have in this world is yourself and the people that you surround yourself with and the people that you invite into your life, be it an animal, a person, a situation. Those are the things that are important, when we invite people into our lives. How long they will be there, we don't know. But while they're there, embrace what you're experiencing with them, because our destiny, for one thing for sure, is that we all have the same destiny, that we will all leave this plane of existence, and then one day we shall return. Maybe we don't return, but I can guarantee you this: even though we all have the same destiny, we all have our true destiny, which is how we experience life, how we navigate, and what we choose life to be like. Sometimes life will throw us a freaking chimichanga and hit us in the side of the head, and then sometimes life will give us a cherry pie and we'll be happy. That's part of life. But your experiences, that's the biggest thing. Your experiences are those things that we are in control of. We get to experience it how we want to experience it. No one can tell you how to experience life. No one can tell you, hey, you need to do this or do that. People do tell you that, but you know what? When you get to be my age, I'm 52, okay? It gets to the point where, dude, I love you and I honor and I respect what you have to say. Maybe when I was 20 or 30, I would probably buy into that. But as you get older, you start going, nah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go drum a little bit more. Or I'm going to go hiking. Or I'm going to go bike riding. We can work ourselves to death and we can have 3 jobs and paying off bills. Find time for yourself. Find time for who your spirit longs for. Yeah, I'm not saying be irresponsible. I'm not saying go off and just throw everything caution to the wind. But find time for yourself. Connect with you. Connecting with you is very powerful. You are what makes this world goes round. There are 7.5 billion people. And out of those 7.5 billion people, you know how many people don't believe that they make a difference? Quite a bit. Billions. Okay, but I'm here to tell you that each one of us, you, me, we affect the world. We affect the world around us. We affect the world within us. We affect the world inside of us. So if you want the world to change, then sometimes we have to change the world that we've created in our mind, in our mind's eye, so we can attract and invite people into that energy and share that with them. So many of us don't do that. Ask yourself, Why don't you say hello to the people who are in the grocery line? When you drive down the road, or when someone walks past you. You know how many people walk past you, don't even look at you? You ever notice that? Why is that? What's that conditioning? I'm not saying you have to be freaking going, hey, you know, whatever, you know. But how you ever wonder why people don't say hello to other people, or even smile? I mean, there's a million reasons for that, but a lot of it has to do that we're just conditioned to protect ourselves, and I get that. And a lot of it is that, you know, maybe somebody's out to get me, you know. But I don't try to live life like that. I try to say hi to people. You know, and I have my moments where I don't say hi either. So don't think that I'm just. I also have my moments. But sometimes when we say hello to one person, we can change their whole life. You know, we can't take other human beings for granted. You know, we sometimes the power of our mouth is so magical. What comes out of these lips, out of our throat, or the looks we give others, affects people. I'm not saying you have to walk around monitoring your feelings, your emotions, or your speech, or your eye, your contact. But you can just feel sometimes when somebody wants to be loved. You can feel it, and then you can also feel it when someone doesn't want you, don't even want you to be in their space. And that's part of our learning, to know when and when not. So hopefully I gave you a little bit to think about. I hope you're having a great day. I know I am. I'm getting ready to go to the thrift store here and see if I can find some gems, some gifts, some hidden treasures in there. I love the thrift store, because you never know what happens. One man or one woman's, you know, junk is another person's treasure. So I'm gonna see what kind of treasures I can get into. Now, if you guys want to know a little bit more about me, go to iggygarcia.com and read up about me. And if you guys want me to make you some beads, I can make you some beads. I can make you some medicine pouches too. I make medicine pouches. So just to kind of give you an idea, this is a medicine pouch. I can make all kinds of cool stuff out of recycled leather. I try to use recycled leather because I find it's better to use things that, you know, are not being used anymore versus slaughtering something so we can use them. But you get my point. And you know, guys, enjoy the rest of the day. We got some drummings coming up at the beginning of the month at the Reiki Center, and at the end of July we also have a drumming with the 1,000 Drummers. That's coming up, so hopefully you can come to that. And just be yourself. Enjoy the day. Peace and love, guys. I'm gonna drum a little bit later, so look for my posts. So those of you who want to do an impromptu drum circle online, we're gonna do that. That's probably going to be around 8-ish, maybe 9-ish. Just kind of give you a heads up on that. So get your drums ready, because we're going to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, and we're going to have a good time with that. That's today. So we're going to do that today online. So those of you, anybody, let me know who wants to participate so I can kind of get an idea. Just kind of send me a little bubble there, a little love or a like or whatever, if you're going to join me in the drum circle a little bit later online. Okay, cool, because let's do it. Let's drum up. Let's have a good time. Let's just enjoy the rest of the day. All right, I'm gonna go to the thrift store. Check it out. You guys be well. Take care. I'll see you soon.